a video on this yogurt that I've made. So I've made some yogurt. I find it in this kind of state when it's fresh yogurt, it's a little bit too thin. I personally like a thicker yogurt, so I strain it through a cloth just to get rid of some of the excess whey, so the yogurt's left in the cloth and the whey strains through. You'll start to hear it drip through in a second. Now, and then what I do is sometimes I drain it a little bit too much, and then I have to add some of the whey back and kind of mix it in. So I just want to document for how much whey needs to be strained out to get it to the right thickness. You can hear it dripping through. So there is, I made 4.4 litres, so 8 pints worth of milk made into this, and then there's obviously a little bit of yogurt that I made this yogurt with, so we kind of need to take that into consideration. We will have lost some of the milk through evaporation when we brought it up to the boil, but the weight at the moment is 4.4 kilograms. So we'll strain it, we'll see how much whey we take out, and then we'll see how much whey we take back in to get it to the right kind of consistency. And then in future, I'll know if I just make a certain amount of yogurt, I just need to strain out a certain amount of whey to get it to the right kind of consistency. It should work that, because it's like quite a consistent product. This has been kept warm for about 24 hours, so a certain amount of yogurt will have formed in that time. You can, I've been told, if you put milk powder in with the milk, you get a higher yield and a thicker yogurt, which you kind of think that's interesting, but to be honest, I don't like the flavour, or I don't want my yogurt to taste in any way, shape or form of powdered milk. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stick with straining it through a cloth. So we'll let that strain, and then we'll see how much whey comes out of it, and then we'll mix it up and see what yield that we get from 8 pints worth of full fat milk. I have strained the yogurt and I've added whey back into it, and I've just given it a mix with the hand blender just to get it smooth. I reckon that's a good consistency. So there is in there 2.4 kilos, meaning we've got about, well, we've lost a little bit of whey through the cloth that we used and a few drips here and there, but we've got like 1.7 litres worth of whey, which is that there. So I reckon that's kind of about the right kind of ratio we want to be getting for yogurt and a certain kind of thickness. Now, these are 2 containers that I'll put my yogurt into, so if we fill these 2 containers, we'll know that we've got the right type of yield for that amount of milk, if that makes sense. Yeah, it looks about right, looks about the right kind of yield that I normally get. But I just wanted it a little bit thicker, and I just wanted to kind of know how much whey I should be taking out of the yogurt to get it to a luxurious consistency, and I think that's it. We seem to have got a good yield. So now, from now on, all we really have to do is make that amount of yogurt, strain out 1.7 litres worth of whey, and then know that I have got a good consistency of yogurt that's going to be nice and creamy and not too watery. You can make it even thicker than that if you want, and then turn it into more like a cream cheese, but there we go. So that's just finalised my yogurt making into some kind of calculation, but there we go. You really should have a go at making yogurt, by the way. So I used this as my yogurt starter, a kefir, and you just boil the milk, let it cool down to 45 degrees, add the kefir or whatever live yogurt you're using, wrap it up warm, and leave it somewhere warm for 12 hours, 24 hours, and you end up with yogurt, and it's delicious, cheaper and much nicer than the stuff you buy in the shops. And I will add that my yogurt doesn't taste like kefir anymore, so it's kind of changed and aged over time. I think what manufacturers do is they don't their culture is at a certain point. So it's not an aged culture. They don't make a batch of yogurt, they keep a little bit of that yogurt back and add it to the next batch of yogurt, because that would change the flavour of the yogurt, because the culture is developing in flavour because it's becoming older. So a culture would be made up of quite a few different strains of bacteria, yeast if we're talking about bread and things like that, and slowly over time a more dominant culture takes over. But anyway, so that's my thoughts anyway, because I did the experiment where I bought some fresh kefir and made a batch of yogurt with it, and it tasted different with my batch that's aged over time. I mean, I'll have had this one for this particular culture for about 3 years now, and it's changed. It's become a lot creamier in flavour, less acidic and more creamy. But anyway, I'm waffling, and it should have been just a quick video, but they never are they?